Alright, it is time to put on our Excellent Men hats, because right now we are taking a look at another of their comics. I'm not actually going to wear this. I didn't like wearing caps. They make me look like I am a member of the band Tool. And the truth is, I am not a member of Tool. But this is Uncanny Excellent Men 209. This is another Nimrod issue, and this is kind of like his big issue here. After this one, he's not in the book again for a few years. And that is great, because it means I have not got much Christopher Clairvoyant left to cover. And this one, it has Steelman fighting Nimrod, and that is on the cover, and that would be a fun bit. But it has always been pretty telling that the covers of this run, they always put Steelman or Wolfman up front, when on the insides, those are the characters that Christopher Clairvoyant only ever feels the need to write begrudgingly. So Nimrod, he has shown up to kill some muties, and we didn't have any of that cack about Nimrod having a secret identity or a human disguise. This is Nimrod doing what he should be doing, and that is just gunning around and firing lasers at muties. Here he has shown up in the middle of a battle between the Excellent Men and the Bondage Club, or rather the two Excellent Men that Christopher Clairvoyant wants to write about, and the Bondage Club. Meanwhile, Rachel Phoenix is leaving the book, and she is doing so in the slowest fashion possible. Rouge, she shows up and she has Steelman's powers because she is another female character Christopher Clairvoyant actually wants to use. And most of this issue, it is just a big fight with Nimrod, and with some honesty, you can find some bits that are quite nice. But it is still Christopher Clairvoyant. He is playing favourites throughout, and he won't let something just play out and be cool. Wolfman and Smurf show up, and rather than have them contribute to the action, it's just a joke bit where the bad guys run away from them. So we have Rouge, she is fighting Kevin Bacon, and she hoys him at Nimrod, and Nimrod blasts Kevin Bacon off into space. So now we get to see the female Excellent Men and the Bondage Club try to stop Nimrod. Storms, the tactical genius that she is, she proposes a truce and that the two groups work together to stop Nimrod. Then an annoying minor Christopher Clairvoyant character, he gets disintegrated by Nimrod, which I confess is very fun and funny to see. I'd love to do a comic where Nimrod, he just guns around and kills all the Clairvoyantian characters. I like Nimrod killing things. It's always fun. A big pink robot gunning around and burning the skin off things with big pink ray beams. That's what you want to see in Excellent Men. None of the same odd Storms is perfect garbage. Like down here, right? Rouge, she is fighting Nimrod in a scene that has naught to do with storms. Well, there is some bad weather. And keep in mind, Storms, she is depowered still. She doesn't have her mutie powers. But regardless of that, in the middle of a fight for her life against a seemingly unbeatable robot, Rouge still thinks to herself, "Hey, the sky. Suddenly, the weather is as nasty as can be. I wonder if this is Storms' doing." Storms, She don't need her mutant powers. She can still control weathers or do whatever she wants. Let's think about how wonderful Storms is, rather than worrying or thinking about yourself. Fucking load of horse shit. Intolerable. Rachel Fenix, she is there, and in the last 2 parts, I have been saying how Rachel Fenix, she leaves the book unceremoniously, and I was laughing at how pathetic Christopher Clairvoyant's long-term plotting is, since he just spent 20 issues bigging Rachel Fenix's character up and handing her an enormous amount of power-ups. But in this issue, we have a lot of nonsense that I had forgotten about, with her going to a magical sideways dimension. Like most things, Christopher Clairvoyant, he did not create this, but he is claiming it is his now. This dimension comes from an nonsense miniseries that he will mine and strip bare for ideas and concepts, since he can create very little himself. Even Nimrod. Nimrod is him ripping off a Captain Britain character, an Adam Moore's character. He wanted to use the furry, but he wasn't allowed to, so he just did a pink rip-off. Christopher Clairvoyant, he pilfered loads and loads from Adam Moore's run on Captain Britain. And Adam Moore's, he had a fantastic quote when he was asked about it, where he just says something like, "Why can't he just create his own characters?" These Nimrod sequences, though, they can be enjoyed. There's still really clunky writing attached to them, and Christopher Clairvoyant pretty much refuses to write Wolfman or let him join the fight. He's like the one member of the team that most readers are wanting to see gone head-to-head with Nimrod. Wolfman, he's like the only one who might stand a chance against him. His adamantium claws can cut through anything, and his healing factor would make it very hard for Nimrod to actually put him down permanently. This bit is fucking annoying. The Smurf tries to fight Nimrod. This is all he does in the whole issue, and he just quickly fails because, you see, his mistake was that he didn't listen to Storms. We also have probably the best character writing in the issue, this random slob here. He is able to hold Nimrod back, but then he ends up having a heart attack and he dies. And this is all interspersed with this Rachel Fenix bollocks. The saleswoman is Grace personified, and Rachel, a halting marionette with tangled, broken strings. If you like Christopher Clairvoyant's writing, you are an uncultured piece of shit. It is terrible prose. If he was a proper literary author, he would be mocked relentlessly for his pathetic, ponderous, go-nowhere ramblings. Well, this all shite with Rachel Fenix. I obviously overlooked this when I was saying how she leaves the book. And then I realised, when I first read this, I must have made the decision to not bother reading these bits, because they are typical Clairvoyantian dirge. And then Steelman shows up, and we get 2 pages of something that people should be enthusiastic about. Steelman and Nimrod having a fight, just like the cover promised. And he could have had like a whole issue based around this, but instead it is just a plot contrivance to end things. And also for Christopher Clairvoyant to make it clear that Steelman is only able to do this because Buffy Pride won first by shorting out Nimrod's circuits. But look, we have got a splash page to try and fool you into thinking that Steelman and Steelman fighting Nimrod was a big part of the issue, and that Steelman actually received some character work, and this was a victory for him. But don't forget, Storms, she is the winner here. She did nothing towards the fight, but she is the real victor. And just when Wolfman is about to do something, Nimrod teleports away, offering a pitiful fuck you to anyone who is a fan of Wolfman. And we end on Rachel Fenix stuff, which is set up that will never be referred to again in this book. You will not see Rachel Fenix or learn her fate until a few years' time when she joins Excalibur. I think this is maybe an okay issue. There are some nice little action parts, but Christopher Clairvoyant, he really does try his hardest to ruin what quality he can muster with the terrible Rachel Fenix whimsy scenes and not allowing the characters to really do anything successfully unless Storms or Buffy Pride or whoever are instrumental in their successes. Every bit that you start to get into, it then starts having overwritten praise of Storms. I didn't hate it anywhere near as much as some of the other Christopher Clairvoyant issues, but I still will not go out of my way to ever read the whole thing again. I am giving it a 7 on the thumbs up meter.